When you're considering where to go to law school, I always recommend checking out the American Bar Association's 509 reports, as well as the website Law School Transparency, which was recently acquired by LSAT and folded into LawHub. It's available for free inside your LSAT LawHub account. This shows you valuable information about law schools, including their employment outcomes and bar passage rates, and organizes it neatly in one place. However, the Department of Education recently announced that starting in July 2024, they will begin collecting new information about law schools and compiling it neatly and organized on the federal government's website. Law schools will, quote, have to report figures including their total cost of attendance, average amount borrowed to pay for law school, and typical graduate earnings as summarized by Reuters. All of this will be on a new Education Department website, and programs with high debt levels and low graduate earnings over a 2-year period will be subject to a new disclosure requirement to ensure that prospective students understand the risks. I'm really happy to see this because, of course, not all law schools are equal. Some have better outcomes than others. Some have better debt-to-income ratios than others. According to Notre Dame law professor Derek Muller, he organized currently available Education Department data and found that the best law school in terms of debt-to-income ratio was Harvard, and some of the worst included Cooley, John Marshall Law School in Atlanta, and Appalachian School of Law. In particular, just checking out his blog, Excess of Democracy, which is excellent. I highly recommend checking it out. The schools with the best debt-to-income ratios: Harvard, debt-to-income ratio was 0.54, Northwestern, 0.78, George Mason, 0.81, Cornell, 0.83, Berkeley, 0.83. So in other words, there at schools like that, Harvard, for example, median debt was about $93,000 per year. Median income was $172. Median debt was approximately $93,000, and median income was roughly $173,000. So the median income was roughly double the debt. That's a pretty good outcome. Can't do better than that, according to this table. And so the lower the debt to income the ratio is, the better that is for you to be a graduate of that school on average. In contrast, if we look at Cooley, their debt to income ratio was 4.95. So the debt was 5 times the earnings. The median debt was roughly $200,000, but the median earnings were only about $41,000. So massive difference. They were talking about an order of magnitude 10 times. Harvard, roughly 0.5 debt to income. Cooley, roughly 5 debt to income. So 0.5 versus 5, massive difference there. Arizona Summit, not much better at 4.31 debt to income ratio. John Marshall, 3.96 debt to income ratio. So these schools with the super high ratios, in my view, they should be shut down entirely because they are not serving their students. I would steer clear of these schools again. Appalachian, John Marshall, Arizona Summit, and Cooley all have terrible outcomes. In contrast, Harvard, Northwestern, George Mason, Cornell, Berkeley all have excellent outcomes for your typical student. Now, notably, Southwestern Law School has a 3.5 debt to income ratio, meaning that their debt was roughly 3 times the earnings. Debt was roughly $200,000 a year, and earnings were roughly $58,000 per year. Notably, Southwestern Law School is also set to be the first fully 100% online law school with ABA accreditation. And notably, it's the alma mater of Camille Vasquez, Johnny Depp's attorney in the famous trial with Amber Heard last summer. Doesn't mean you should go there, of course. Tread very carefully and consider only going to a school like these if you're getting a full ride. Of course, the best way to get a full ride to law school is to apply with an LSAT score significantly above the median. If you'd like my help achieving that top LSAT score, ideally 170 plus, please reach out. I'd love to hear from you. There are a variety of ways that we can support you at LSAT Unplugged, including live online classes via Zoom, on-demand video courses, small group coaching, and one-on-one coaching. So check out the links below this video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd love to help you out. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.